Hey guys.
Hey.
It's always going to start out that way. Welcome back to What the Podcast.
Are you feeling off today? I'm feeling a little off.
It's been an off week.
Yeah, and it's only Wednesday.
I told Ashley earlier I woke up this morning and thought it was Thursday, which was a terrible, terrible thing to wake up to.
I agree.
It's just been a long week.
It has.
Already. But that doesn't stop us. Not from podcasting, at least.
Nay, nay.
Nay, nay. You guys, it's episode 6. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
Not me.
Definitely not me.
This is the longest I've ever stuck with a hobby, per se. What about you?
Yeah, for sure. I usually am the type that
it kind of fizzles out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time. And I hope this one doesn't.
I don't think it will.
I don't think it will either. I think it's too fun.
I feel the same about it every week.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I look forward to
definitely-
it.
Me too. This is the most excited I've been about a hobby. But I also, with other hobbies, I kind of what's a good way to put this? Go into it really strong. I'm obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after 2 weeks,
Yeah.
I'm usually okay, this is...
I've picked up so
enough.
many hobbies.
Have you?
Yeah. Puzzles.
That's not a hobby. That's a lifestyle.
Okay. Chickens.
Oh, you do hate your chickens.
I did MMA classes
No,
and
you
kickboxing
didn't.
and jiu-jitsu.
What?
Yes.
Didn't know this about you.
Fizzled out real quick.
How long did you take those classes?
Maybe 6 months.
Holy cow.
It was not
Not it.
Maybe I'd go back to kickboxing. I don't like exercise, but
Me too.
kickboxing. I'm trying to think what other hobbies I've done.
I tried.
Metal detector. Used it once.
Is that a hobby though, or is that just
a
an
total
activity?
hobby. That's got to be a hobby.
Maybe for retirees that live in Florida.
But it's still a hobby.
Okay.
Reading. That doesn't
Okay.
fizzle out for me. It goes in spurts.
Okay. Yeah. I like to read. I don't read as much as I would like
I
to.
read all the time. I'm reading a book right now. It's pretty. I gotta tell you about it later.
Pretty saucy.
The first chapter is oh my god, it makes you blush.
You know what? Every book except one that you've recommended to me, I've read halfway through. But I am the same way with TV shows. It's hard for me to binge anything.
I don't get it.
It's because I
can
get so
binge
antsy.
anything.
I'm just sitting there, and even though I'm really,
Well, I always play on my phone when I binge things.
I do too. But then I miss important stuff, and then I have to go back and rewatch.
I guess I'm good at multitasking because I don't.
Maybe I'm not.
I feel like I don't miss things.
I'm learning new things about myself.
I
through this
just started
podcast.
Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, is that good?
I'm only on episode 3. It's okay.
When did you start it?
Yesterday. Day before yesterday. I don't remember, but
I recently started Breaking Bad.
I didn't like that. I was I got 3 episodes in and just was not feeling it.
I think I'm on episode 5, but I also started it over
There's a bunch
month
of
ago.
seasons of that too.
There are. Yeah, a lot. That's intimidating to me. If it's got more than 3 seasons, I'll probably finish it in a year's time.
Oh my gosh.
It's so hard.
Love is Blind, you need to binge it.
I know. I watched through episode 2 and I haven't watched it in 5 days.
So spoilers, anyone that hasn't watched it yet that's gonna watch it,
Mm-hmm.
there's the drama is hot.
And it's it's a Netflix original.
Mhm.
Okay. And it's Nick Lachey and his wife.
I don't even know her
Sorry,
name.
can't.
Whitney? Don't know.
I think it's Vanessa.
Oh, Vanessa.
I guess Lachey now.
Yeah.
If it's not Jessica, I don't care. Anyway, that was a toxic couple. But anyway, yeah, it's a Netflix original show, but it's sometimes I'm is this scripted? But then there's other points where I'm this definitely isn't scripted.
No. Yeah, there's some embarrassing things on there. I don't know.
People's
it's pretty.
characters are
It's funny who you thought the villain was in the beginning, and now it's completely someone different at the end.
Really?
Yeah, because you hate the first 2. You watch it and you know the 2. You're Mm-mm.
they're so easy to detect.
Yes, and at the end, it's not those 2. Well, one of them still is, but it's a whole new girl at the end that everyone's like, I'm talking Facebook, Twitter, everybody
I know
hates
who.
her. Which one?
I don't know her name, but she's like the mean girl that was like laughing at that other girl for
No.
crying.
She is one hated one
Okay.
who owns her own business, and I'm pretty sure is failing now because the
Uh-oh.
internet hates her. She
See
had to
what
put a statement
happens?
out.
See what happens when you're mean to people.
Yeah, she's just insecure. That's all that is.
Period.
But no, Jackie turns out to be the villain of
Which
the
one's
story.
that?
She's like, she's
I
got
can't
long,
remember anybody's
flowy
names.
hair, like long. I don't know how to describe her. I can show you a picture. of her
I'll
later,
watch
but
tonight. Yeah,
It's so good.
I'll watch tonight. It is pretty juicy though.
Yeah, more episodes are coming out, I think. But I can't beat watching. What's your favorite show to binge? If you had to binge a show, you've got to have a show at least you binge.
Okay, the show that I could binge, which very similar to Love Is Blind, UK Love Island.
I couldn't get into it.
Oh my gosh, it's so like I don't even know what the word is. Like, okay, my favorite TV is like the really, and this is probably not the best word to describe it, but like really trashy reality TV, like Maury,
Oh yeah,
Jerry Springer.
yeah.
I don't like binge those, but like if I see a clip on TikTok,
Like you're home from school
I'm
sick
not gonna-
and you're watching Jerry Springer. Jerry.
Yeah, and okay, so Love Island is not like similar to that, but it has kind of the same, I guess, like pretense as Love Is Blind. They're
Mhm.
all there to kind of, they couple up and then you want to make it to the end. Okay.
Isn't that one girl and that other guy from Love Island, the Harry and Francesca or something?
What season is that?
I have no idea. I think they're from Love Island. I could be wrong.
Okay, now there's British Love Island, which is top tier.
Yeah.
And then there's Australia Love Island, and now there's US Love Island, which if it's not British Love Island, I don't care.
You know that
about
girl
it.
from Vine? Isn't she like the host? A girl from Vine, Ariel? She's dating or she's engaged to Matt.
Maybe she is
something.
now, but back in the day it was Caroline Flack.
Oh, I might be thinking of the US one though.
You might be. Caroline Flack, though, that could be a whole episode.
I could be completely wrong and be talking about a whole different show. Because I like trash TV too, but I
Yeah.
liked The Housewives of New Jersey.
Oh, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Never seen it. I
Love
think
it.
I've seen one episode.
Lisa Vanderpump. Vanderpump
People
Rules.
want us to talk about that.
Okay.
I've had someone say y'all need to get into that, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Watch. Maybe this is a good idea. Watch the first couple seasons, like the first couple seasons of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills,
Mhm.
and we could do an episode over that.
Okay.
For sure.
And then I love Jersey Shore.
Oh, yeah. That's
Huge
a good one.
fan. James and I have binged it probably all the seasons, probably like twice.
Jim, Tan,
Dan,
Laundry. Yeah, that's a good one.
The cabs are here.
Jersey Shore is a good one. Yeah, any trashy
Even though James finds very offensive to
reality
Guidos,
TV.
but
Guidos and Guidettes.
yeah, he finds it so offensive.
Yeah,
But whatever.
that's real Italian.
Yeah,
Anyway.
half of them aren't even Italian. Like half Hispanic.
I know. Angelina and Vinny are from New York.
Yeah, but I think they are Italian. I think Vinny is Italian.
Vinny's like
Snooki is not
Italian one.
Italian.
no.
JWoww is not Italian, I don't think.
No.
They get with Italian men.
Yeah. But are they Italian?
Yeah. You know, I wanted to name Giacomo Vincenzo.
Oh, that's a very Italian name.
Yeah, I wanted something
Vincenzo?
really Italian. Yeah.
Is that the full version of Vinny?
Normally.
What? I thought it was Vincent.
It could be, but the Italian is Vincenzo.
Is that Italian for Vincent?
I have no idea.
OMG.
I just know that's what I wanted, Vincenzo.
I've never heard of that in my life.
Yeah, and name him, call him Vinny. But I grew up with a Vinny.
Oh, did you?
I did, so.
I don't know a single Vinny.
But he was a Vincent, I think.
That's what I always thought. Anyway, we've really gone off on a tangent. Anyway, let's talk about what this episode even is.
Okay.
Would you like to introduce episode 6?
Okay, we are going to be doing the subreddit reading the subreddit of am I the asshole?
Period. Yep.
Or would I be the asshole?
Yes. This is essentially a subreddit, which if you're not familiar with the platform Reddit, it's kind of like, it's a social media. Okay. And there's like what are called subreddits. They're sort of like pages, but they're designated for specific groups or things or, whatever.
Mhm.
And there's a subreddit called Am I the Asshole? In which people go on there and they post their experiences or situations where they maybe think that they might be in the wrong for making the decisions they did.
Mhm.
And so they're, wanting other people's opinions on either they are or they aren't. And some of them are pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty
I didn't
crazy.
find too many crazy ones, but
They are pretty juicy. I might need to put this thing down.
I think so too.
Okay. Ashley is the wise one. I've been holding the microphone this whole episode so far.
Okay.
There we go.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Okay. Would I be the a-hole for backing out as a bridesmaid in my friend's wedding? Okay, let's think about that for a second. Is it rude to back out of your friend's wedding if you're a bridesmaid? Okay, this is what this girl says. I'm a 28-year-old female and was asked to be a bridesmaid in my friend's wedding. I was asked 6 weeks ago, and her wedding is now 7 months away. I assumed the normal expectations would be in place. Help plan and attend the bridal showers, bachelorette party, etc., and be part of the wedding day and reception. I expected some time and financial obligation, of course, but the responsibilities are really getting out of hand. Also, the vibe of the wedding has changed, and I'm nervous about the repercussions to my career. I must pay for my bridesmaid's dress, $475, pay for my hair and makeup on the wedding day, $250, pay for and host one of the events, bridal shower, honeydew, stock the bar, bachelorette, etc. And at this point, each bridesmaid is responsible for funding and hosting one of the events. That would come to about at least $500. She'd also have to pay for her part of the out-of-state week-long bachelorette trip, $675 plus, plus missing a week of pay at her work. She has to contribute $100 to her honeymoon fund. Jeez. Purchase a gift off their wedding registry. Nothing on the registry is below $150. Cover all other odds and ends, wedding day shoes, matching bachelorette trip outfits, accessories, etc. So this is kind of a long list of financial obligations she'll have. So financially, being part of this wedding is going to cost well over $2,000. And again, she expects to be spending money and it's not going to be cheap. But she says it seems a bit excessive. And then she goes on to say, the other issue I have is the vibe of the wedding. Before it was a typical traditional wedding, now it's become heavily centered around alcohol and guns. I don't mean that it's just an open bar, but the actual theme of the wedding is now shots, and vows. No, I can't make this up. The bridesmaids' photos are going to be the bridesmaids taking shots. The groomsmen's photos will have the groomsmen holding guns. During the ceremony, the officiant will say, "Does anybody object?" And the groomsmen will pull out their guns to jokingly threaten anybody who objects.
I could just imagine that.
That would be something. That would be something that happens here for sure. When the bridesmaids and groomsmen enter the reception, we must run down an aisle lined with shots and take as many of them as possible. Jeez. I'm not a prude by any means, nor do I have an issue with alcohol. However, I'm very cautious of what I post online. Okay, and in this day and age, you should be. I work for the public school system as a teacher. Oh gosh, okay. And like to keep things professional. I know the pictures will end up online on social media, and I'd prefer not to be pictured taking shots and chugging alcohol. Also, the climate of the school shootings and other traumatic events, I think the idea of guns is in poor taste. I feel bad to back out after making a commitment. I love my friend, and I'm honored to stand by her on the most important day of her life. I know I need to make a decision as soon as she would need time to fill my spot. Am I selfish for worrying about my own finances on her big day? Or for worrying about my public image? I don't want to lose a friend over this. Would I be the asshole?
No.
No,
I don't think
agree.
so at all.
I agree.
She's the asshole of asking all of that of you.
Well, yes. I think that if you make a commitment, if somebody asks you to be in your bridal party,
Mhm.
okay, you have to go into it knowing that there's going to be a financial obligation, whether it's small or big, which most people would not ask you to contribute near that much because it's just not something that you do. But I think to change things up like that, and knowing that her friend is a teacher in a public school system, like, I just don't think that that's
See,
fair.
I'm very like, if I were to have a wedding and I had people in my party, I wouldn't do a wedding unless I could pay for it.
Yeah.
So in that, if I had a bridesmaid, which I would have maybe one,
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Same.
But like, I would pay for your dress, like your bridesmaid's dress, because I feel like that's putting people out.
Right. Well, and I think,
and if I can't afford it, I shouldn't have the wedding.
I don't think that it necessarily comes down to like if you were raised a certain way, but I think that we also have the mindset of you wouldn't do something expecting that other people can pay their way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're going to plan something to do something, you need to have the finances just in case. Like, I feel like that's just a smart financial decision. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think that she would be the a-hole.
No, I don't think so at all.
Especially since the wedding is 7 months away. That gives her friend plenty of time. And their friendship doesn't have to suffer because of it. You know what I mean?
Her friend should be understanding.
Right. Now, if the bride lets it ruin their friendship, I think that's very telling. You know what I mean? But no, I don't think that it should have to ruin their friendship. And I think that she is going to make the better choice.
Yeah.
By not being involved.
I just can't put myself in that bride's position. Like, I just can't be like,
could you, like, not everybody has $2,000 or wants to spend.
Yeah, I'm not spending $2,000 on somebody.
Yeah.
That's for me to go to the casino or something. Like, it's not, I'm not spending.
That's play money.
Yeah. $2,000? That's a lot of money.
Dude.
That is so much money to just drop on somebody.
You know how long it would take the average American to save up $2,000? Not everybody just has $2,000 lying around. I don't. You know what I mean? Yeah, heck no. Not the asshole. In my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion too. Actually, it's not just my opinion. It's fact. She is not the asshole.
It's fact. Okay, well, we agree on the first one, which is not really a shocker because I read that one beforehand and I was like, what the? What the?
Podcast.
OMG. Okay, Ashley, take us to the second scenario.
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my brother's wife that he doesn't own my home? I liked this one. I don't know why, but I liked this one. So I can't read worth of crap. So anyway, hopefully I don't stumble over my words. So I inherited my childhood 3-bedroom home after my mother passed 5 years ago, along with a good chunk of cash. I live in that home right now, not to brag, but it's a beautiful home. Now, I have a half brother. We call him Blake. We share this same father, also dead. Blake is a deadbeat.
Jeez.
Can't keep a job, jumps from relationship to relationship, makes excuses, blames everyone else for his problems. Just not really a good guy. But my parents, see, this is what I'm talking about. But with my parents gone, he's the only family I have left, so I try to work it out. He has been living, I scrolled way too far down. He has been living with me for 1.5 years now, getting kicked out of his own apartment for not paying rent. He went and got his newest girlfriend knocked up and decided that they needed, this isn't my reading, this is their writing, decided that meant they needed to get married right away. They got married at our local courthouse. Now I agreed to have her move in. She's carrying my niece or nephew after all. It's been 3 months since I got married and she moved in. And she has been rude, demanding just outright the worst the whole time. Originally, I chalked it up to her being pregnant. But then, one day, she comes up to me and tells me that I have to move out. I'm confused. Ask what the hell she means. She goes on about with the baby coming in time. She goes on about how with the baby coming in time, I leave as they need space. I tell her she has no right to kick me out of my own house. She comments that since she married my brother, the house is part hers now, and it's weird to have your husband's brother living with you and your kid. I realized that she thought my brother owned at least part of the house. I explained that she and my brother were in fact living with me, not the other way around, letting her know I fully own it and my brother has no rights to it, and neither did she.
Mm-hmm.
She goes quiet and runs off. When my brother comes home, they get into a huge fight and she leaves to go to her mother's. My brother's mad at me for telling her the truth. Honestly, up to this point, I thought she knew. Now, my brother claims he didn't tell her he owned it. She knew the house was inherited. And since we were brothers, she assumed he owned half, and he just never corrected her. Am I the asshole? Ugh. Am I the asshole for telling my brother's wife he doesn't own my house? God, I can't read.
It's okay. These are like
I
long
struggled.
paragraphs.
Well,
Okay.
and the writing, if you look on the doc, every other word's misspelled.
Yeah, they did not have good
It's like my
good
writing.
spelling. Initial answer, yes or no? No.
Not the asshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have told her a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, and that, and the siblings should have had a relationship, or Blake, the brother, should have probably looked at the will. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Oh, he
obviously-
knew. Like in the story, he knew that he was not on that house.
So he just let his
Her-
wife believe,
That he was.
oh, he's the asshole.
Yeah. And she's the asshole for assuming.
Yeah. And for trying to kick somebody out of their house.
Yeah.
When they own half of it.
What an asshole.
Literally.
I don't like her. I can handle Blake, but I don't like her.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why you don't get
Married
and-
willy-nilly. Get knocked up and married.
jeez.
I'm just kidding.
But no. I don't think that the Redditor is in the wrong at all.
Mm-mm.
To
We
be
need
quite
one where they
honest.
are the asshole.
They definitely should have had a conversation prior to moving in the wife,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. So I think
Yeah,
that-
before you got married.
yeah.
That should be like, do you own your home?
Or like, okay, let's talk about what this situation is going
It's
to be.
like talking about finances and stuff.
Yes.
Like you can't, and that's part of owning a home is talking about your finances and like,
Can't just not talk about it, especially if you co-own.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, no, not the a-hole.
I don't get why the writer had to put in there that she got not only the house, but a lump sum of cash. That did not pertain to the story at all.
Maybe she was just flexing it.
Maybe. I think it was a he, but you know.
Oh yeah.
He. I thought it was a she the whole time until I just read.
But then they said we're brothers, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh wait,
Yeah. I read it as if it was a female.
yeah, me too.
I also like this next one. I'm glad you're reading it though, because it's like 10 years long.
It is pretty long. Okay, guys, here's the next one. Am I the asshole for making my girlfriend leave the country? Okay. This is my first time posting on Reddit, so forgive any errors or if the format is weird. I also can't give too many details as my girlfriend and a lot of close friends are avid Redditors. Okay. I, 28 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 27 female, for 5 years. We met in college where she was an international student. She started working after graduating while I'm currently doing a master's. Her company was sponsoring her visa until they got bought out and she got laid off. She was given a limited time to find a new employer to sponsor her new visa, and it really stressed her out. She was applying to jobs every day and did a lot of interviews, but unfortunately wasn't able to get an offer. She really wanted to stay since she loves the place, and I would still be here in the country. While I was out with a buddy, he suggested that I sponsor her visa since we've been in a relationship for quite some time. I love her and I don't want to see her so stressed out. I told her about the idea. She was hesitant at first. She said she didn't want me to think that she was with me so I could be her way to a permanent residence or citizenship to the country. I wanted her to stay and I wanted to do it. We consulted an immigration consultant and decided to do the paperwork on our own. She was the one who mostly looked into the stuff we needed to prepare. She still applied for jobs, but not as urgently as she used to. It took a while since we never really had anything joint. We lived together and just split the bills on our own. She had enough saved up to be okay for a while. I had to fill out some paperwork to be her sponsor, and I felt uneasy about it. I did want her to stay, but it felt like it was too much. Red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, she was done with her part of all that was left was mine. I finally told her that I didn't want to go through with it, She was very upset and asked why. I told her that I suggested the idea because I didn't want to see her stressed out all the time, and that I eventually realized that I shouldn't have to be responsible for her. Oh. We had a long talk where I told her I still want to be in a relationship with her, but I just don't want to be forced to be responsible for her. She said she felt very hurt by what I said. Things changed, and she didn't really talk to me after. She kept applying for jobs and attending interviews, but eventually her visa expired. Before she left, I told her I love her and that I would really want her to come back. It's like a slap in the face. However, she told me that she sees me really differently after the things I told her. It's been a few weeks since I left. I miss her cooking, her presence, and being able to spend time with her. I still want a future with her. However, our close friends have been telling me that I was an asshole. I disagree, and I think they're biased. So I'm here asking what Reddit thinks. Am I the asshole?
This one's hard.
I have kind of a solid answer on this one.
Okay, what
Not
is
gonna
it?
lie.
What
I
is
think
it?
he is the asshole.
You think?
And here's why. Not because he changed his mind.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't think that he's in the wrong for that. He's a person. I think that he's an a-hole because that is a huge, I mean, that's a pretty big deal
Mm.
to be somebody's sponsor for a visa to be in the country,
Mhm.
right? I would imagine so. But the way that he described it, the application process was long. He would ultimately be liable for her and her actions.
Yeah, if she were to do something bad.
Right. What I think that he's the asshole for is that by the way that he described it, it really did not seem like he gave it that much thought before. He was just like, yeah.
See, I think I'm the opposite. I
Are
don't think
you?
he's an asshole.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I think he felt
he
the
loves
pressure.
her. He
yeah.
loves her, right?
I
Yeah.
think he doesn't want to commit. I think he's got commitment issues.
How could you be in love with somebody and then just be fine with them going back to a different
That's what I'm saying.
country?
He doesn't want to commit because it's a
Right.
huge commitment. That's like another 5 years that he's committing to.
Yes.
So if they break up, he's still responsible for her.
Right.
So I don't think he's an asshole. I think he did what was best for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that sucks. She left, but it's like, I'm sorry you
Yeah.
couldn't get a job here. But that's like asking her to marry him. I know it wasn't her idea
No,
to
yeah,
begin
it's a
with.
commitment.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's like, I wouldn't have done it.
I don't think that he was in the wrong for changing his mind whatsoever.
Mhm.
That's a huge liability.
Yeah, he shouldn't have got her hopes up at least. I'll give
No.
him that.
No.
Or give her that at least.
That would be a slap in the face, though.
It
to,
would be.
To be in love with somebody and they're doing this huge thing for you, and then they're like, actually, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like giving somebody a kidney and then right before the surgery. I don't know.
Actually, I kind of like my kidney.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't give my kidney to someone unless
What
it
if
was my
something
kid.
happens to your kidney?
If it was my kid, yeah. Say I give you my kidney and then something's wrong with my other kidney.
Yup. Now you got to find somebody to give you their kidney.
Yeah, no.
And then the cycle just repeats itself.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. That is a huge decision to make. And I think that he probably should have given it a lot more thought. Those are my thoughts.
Yes. I think he did right by not doing it
Mm-hmm.
because he would have committed to her when he obviously was not ready for that commitment.
Right. I think that he made the right decision for himself.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I just think that it makes him an asshole because not the decision, but the way he went about it is
Yeah.
what makes him the asshole. Yeah, that's it.
But at
That's
least he
it.
did it nicely. He was like, "Oh, sorry, can't do it." He
Dude,
wasn't
that
like,
kind
F
of
you, get out of here.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
gone.
Jeez.
Okay,
That's a hard
one's-
one.
This one's weird.
This one is really weird.
Am I the asshole for giving my daughter a stuffed bear filled with human hair?
Just reading that, I don't know if that makes you an asshole, but it definitely makes you kind of psychotic.
Yeah.
Let's hear about it.
I'm a 33 male, wife 31 female, and I just had our daughter, our first child, 3 months ago. My family has a tradition where the firstborn will get a special stuffed animal. I got one for my mother when I was born, who got one from her mother, who got one from her father, and so on and so on. The reason it's so special is because the stuffing is made with their parents' hair. The way it works is that once a child is old enough to start getting their hair cut, their parent will save as much of the hair as they can. And when the child becomes a parent themselves, The new grandparent will use the saved hair to make the stuffed animal to give to the baby. The hair in the toy represents the new parent's connection to the child, and it's a tangible measure that shows that my contacts are folding, that they will always be close by. The care taken by the new grandparent in collecting the hair and using it to make a toy represents the child's connection to its family's history, and its tangible measure that shows to extended family will always support them. In short, the stuffed animal in a way is connecting to the new life to their new family. After my daughter was born, my mother spent a lot of time making a stuffed bear from scratch to fill with my childhood hair. She just finished last week. Since my leave from work is just about over, I was excited to give it to my daughter, the bear, and share the tradition with my wife. I thought she would think it was so sweet, but she blew up on me.
Uh-oh.
Instead of liking the bear, my wife said it was so gross and disgusting that she wouldn't have it around her daughter. I told her that it's our daughter, not hers, and that there's nothing disgusting about my family's tradition. She said it's unhygienic. I told her that it's not. The hair is clean and well preserved. We argued. Eventually, she said if I ever put that thing near her daughter, that she would throw it in the trash. I was shocked. This is something that represents decades of my mother's work and planning and generations of family history. I told my wife if she's so cruel and callous about something that means so much to me and my family, then she's not the person I thought she was.
Ooh.
She just called my family's tradition weird and culty. That's an ass thing to say.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't think my wife was the kind of person. I told my mother about the fight, and now she's feuding with my wife too. My wife then got her family involved before calling me some vulgar names, but am I really the asshole for wanting to give my special girl her special bear? This one's fucking weird.
Okay, look. I think so. Clearly, it's important to him to have a family tradition, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay,
No, but hair.
it's important. Yeah, it's
Okay,
weird.
so I can say this though.
Yeah.
It is a tradition in my family,
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
which I think it's common. I think
Okay.
every haircut, my mom saved hair.
Oh, my mom does that.
And so,
I think, or she used to.
like when my dad was in
think.
Iraq, she
Yeah.
sent him my ponytail that they cut off
Oh,
and sent it to my dad because I've always had really long hair.
yeah, yeah.
And so when I've gotten it cut in the year, she would wrap the ponytail up
Mm-hmm.
and she would send it to my dad because my dad always lived like 4 hours away from me at all times.
Right, yeah,
So she would send him stuff like that constantly.
yeah.
So like when he died, I would go through his stuff and I found some ponytails of
Did
my
you?
hair.
Was it kind of weird? Like,
It is. I didn't.
well, my
I think
mom
I
had,
saved
like,
a little bit of Giacomo's first haircut.
Well, parents keep their kids' teeth sometimes. Like, when
Oh,
they
my
lose
mom
their
had
first
all my
tooth.
teeth. I think she still does.
Well, my mom had like
That's weird.
when one of my siblings was young, like a baby.
Uh-huh.
It's like a baby's first book, and so it's like baby's
Mhm.
first, and then she can like write in. It's kind of like a scrapbook,
Yeah.
but it was like baby's first haircut, and so she, taped like a little piece of hair from the first haircut in there.
I
don't
we
think
did that
that's
with Giacomo,
weird.
but the teeth thing, that's weird.
The teeth thing is.
I did
really
not
weird.
keep Giacomo's teeth.
Why would
It
you?
grossed me out.
Why do you want to keep teeth?
My mom,
For
I
what
think, has
reason?
all my teeth.
Still.
Unless it caught fire in the fire, I'm 99.9% sure she has a little locket in her jewelry box full of my teeth.
It's a locket.
Yeah, it's like a fun fact.
Oh god.
I know we don't talk about how I hate stealing, but the one time I did steal,
Okay.
I was probably like 6 and we were in Dillard's.
Ooh.
And there was a little locket. It wasn't like a locket. It's like had a little button on the top and the lid would pop up.
Uh-huh.
And it was like this big. It was little. And I put it in my pocket. And I got in the car. My mom was like, "What's that?"
Uh-oh.
And I got in trouble. She didn't make me return it, but I got in trouble.
But it was a
and she
lesson.
kept my teeth in it. I don't know if she realizes that, but it is the thing I stole from Dillard's. I
So
remember.
You should teach your kids, don't steal, or mommy's gonna
Put
put your teeth in it. Whatever you steal.
Well, see,
It's
when my
weird.
mom lived before where she lived, her
Uh-huh.
house got broken into and everything in the jewelry box got stolen.
Oh no.
And I want to say the teeth was one of the things stolen because I think they
What?
just grabbed and go.
Just grabbed and went.
Yeah.
And they
So
opened it up
I want to
just
say
find
the
teeth.
little locket might have been stolen, but I don't know if my mom ever got it back. I'll have to ask. She
That
still
was
has my
karma
teeth.
for them stealing.
Yeah, I hope
Imagine
you
them
got all my teeth. I
opening-
know who it is too. Maybe I should shout him out.
Uh-oh.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Do you think...
He's an asshole?
Yeah.
It's complicated.
I think that this does not have a yes or no answer for me.
I don't think it does either, because
it is weird, right?
It is weird.
It's weird.
It's one thing to keep your kid's hair. That's okay.
Yeah.
But to put it in a stuffed animal.
Yeah. And just keep collecting the hair. Like, I get where the wife's coming from when she says it's unhygienic.
She's being dramatic. Like, don't get me wrong.
The drama is real, but it's a baby.
Yeah.
Like, it is a little bit unhygienic, whether you know it or not. Like, there's going to be remnants on the bear.
Yeah.
Like, of just dirt and, like, hair
So it's
stuff.
like imagine going to Build-A-Bear and bring your own stuffing and it's the freaking hair.
Could you imagine?
I'm sure it wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
No. How many people have hair bears?
That's a question for all you people out there. Please send in if you have a hair bear.
So I think that it got definitely explosive when I think that it could have been not that, like, because now the family's involved, right? Like, his family's involved. Her
She called
family's
it
involved.
weird and culty.
That's kind of rude.
It is kind of culty, though.
It's clear that he really values family traditions and history, which is a good thing. But I think that you can have traditions that are non-creepy.
Mm-hmm.
So just compromise.
Yeah, it is creepy. I'll give him that. I don't think he's an asshole by any means. I think he's just trying to do what he grew up. Like, it's normal to him. That is not weird to him. That is normal. He grew up with that. Yeah. So,
wow.
Twinsies. But
it's not weird to him.
No, not at all. So it's just like, I'm trying to think of things that we did that was weird.
But weren't weird to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Let's think.
No, I thought of something, but I'm not going to say it. It's embarrassing.
Spare yourself.
Yeah. Just spare my.
Yeah, I don't know if I have an answer for that one, to be honest. I think that...
Tell us what you think.
Yeah, you guys put in the comments, who is the a-hole?
Yeah. All the comments that we get on our viral videos.
You, we're blowing up, dude. We're blowing up. This one's going to be the one. I can feel it in my bones.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Okay, here's the next one. Am I the asshole for taking away my insecure daughter's makeup and fashionable clothing for bullying her stepsister? Okay, this one's kind of loaded. All right. I, female, 35, have a daughter, Jessica, who's 15. And 2 years ago, I married Joe, who has a daughter named Bella, who's also 15. Joe and Jessica have always gotten along very well, and I presumed Jessica and Bella would also bond as they're the same age. And Jessica has always wanted a sister, and I thought they did get along. At home, they were always nice to each other, shared stuff, seemed to have fun. Recently, I got a call from their school stating that Bella was crying in the office. Before I could ask her why, they told me Jessica was bullying her for being ugly and unfashionable. Bella does have a bit of an alternative style, but I think it's creative and unique and not an excuse to bully her. I was absolutely horrified at this, as when I was a child, I was also bullied for things like that. And I've always raised Jessica to be kind and empathetic. I picked Bella up from school early and took her out for ice cream and let her talk if she wanted to. And she confessed she didn't say anything because she wanted Jessica to like her. And she didn't want to cause any problems since her mom died and hasn't seen her dad so happy. I then continued to tell her I wouldn't tell Jessica, and that she told me, but what? I then continued to tell her I wouldn't tell Jessica that she told me, but tell her the school did to possibly mend their relationship, and that she can always talk to me whenever, as although I will never replace her mom, I want to be there for her no matter what. When Jessica came home, I told her that her behavior is extremely unkind, and I asked her why she did it. She then continued to say that she is right and that Bella dresses like a freak and looks like a hideous brat.
Damn.
And that her friends were teasing her for having to live with her. Jeez, that's harsh.
Kids are mean, man.
They really are. I then told her that I would be taking away her phone for a week and that she was to apologize to Bella. She then proceeded to say more nasty things about Bella, which then made me snap. I told her I would take away all her makeup except her skincare prescribed by her dermatologist and most of her new clothes that I bought for her last week. She then started crying, which made me feel bad, but I didn't relent. One of her main interests is makeup and fashion, as she wants to be a stylist when she grows up. Since she's bullying her stepsister for a related thing, I thought it would be appropriate until she learns to show kindness to others. I've offered to set up therapy or try to discuss it, but she screams I'm ruining her life every time I'm near her. Bella appreciates my effort, and before anyone asks why Joe is not involved, it is because he goes on a lot of business trips. So he's currently away, and I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Is she the asshole? What do you think?
I think no.
I don't think she is either.
I think she's not
I think
the
her
asshole.
kid, her little shit, deserves it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I think that you got to let kids be creative when they can.
Yes.
Right? That's so important.
Express themselves.
Yes, for childhood development. And her daughter likes to express herself through makeup and clothes or whatever. And so does her stepdaughter.
Mm-hmm.
They are just different people. I think that she's trying to teach her kid a very valuable lesson not to bully others.
Agreed.
I think that is it a different parenting style? I think so, because I think that most people will just take away the phone and be done.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that alone is like, you take away a kid's phone, they got nothing.
Oh my gosh, when my mom tried to take my phone, I'm on the floor having a full-blown like meltdown.
I mean, what can you do? You know what I mean?
Like even as an adult, my phone breaks. I'm like crying hysterically.
Yeah.
Like,
do you remember when I thought I lost my phone at work like a while back, and I was like looking in the bathroom, I was like looking at people's desks, I was going crazy.
no, I went to school with a girl who her parents would ground her for makeup.
Oh, really?
They would take her makeup bag, and she always had a backup makeup bag
in her backpack. Oh my gosh.
So she'd come to school with no makeup on, and she'd put makeup on at school, wipe it off before she got home.
See, I've never
It
heard
was like
of
an everyday thing.
that. Of people
That's the only
taking
time I've
away
ever
their
heard of it.
makeup.
Nowadays, I could see it being like a normal thing because makeup's so like
Popular.
very.
Yes, the beauty community. I mean, it starts young, people. Your kids and your teenagers, I promise, they want to experience makeup. Because now it like kind of, we're so in the age still of like Instagram influencers and like, you know, whatever else. And it's a competition, right? Who looks the best?
Mm-hmm.
I think that she's trying to find a way to discipline her kid and teach her, you know, a lesson in bullying. And I think that's honestly a smart way to do it.
Yeah. No, I don't think she's an asshole. I think she's doing a good job
I agree.
parenting.
Yeah. All just doing the best we can.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not a parent.
You parent.
Eh.
I feel like in our job, we're parents.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Anyway.
Okay, on to the next one.
Am I the asshole refusing to let my sister-in-law breastfeed my baby? I feel like all these were like, no, you're not the asshole. But like, okay. I, a 32-year-old female, have a 2-month-old baby. I went to training and left her with my partner, my netball training. I don't know what that is. Netball training only takes an hour. On my way back from training, I called my partner, 33 male, to check in to see if my baby was okay. He said she was fine and that he just got to my in-laws' place and said if the baby cries, I'll just give him to my sister to breastfeed her, which I said no. But because I wasn't comfortable with that, I told him that's my bond with my baby. He asked why not, and I told him no. Then he turned to his sister and said, oh, she said you can't, while I was still on the phone.
Uh-oh.
Apparently it's normal in their culture, and I said that's fine, but for mine it's not so it's a no. I had to go over there, which then ended up being awkward because they both assumed and decided between themselves that she could breastfeed my baby and then acted like I was being a bitch for not letting her. I don't know if I'm overreacting, but that's just how I felt and thought it was my right. Am I the asshole? Update. For context, I was pumping, but my partner said not to worry about it. She would be fine. I was only 20 minutes away. And no, I don't know anything about my sister-in-law's health history. That's not the reason why I said no. I was just not comfortable with the idea that it's not a norm for me, but mainly because I considered it bonding with my daughter. My partner and I talked about it when we got home, and he said he understood where I was coming from, that he was sorry, and he did not ask me at first. So they did do it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. They just thought since it was normal for them, it would be okay, which is completely fine. I told him it was the fact that he didn't ask me first, which put me in an awkward situation that could have been avoided, which was made worse by them saying that she was hungry and had me feed her. When I know when my child is hungry because of how she behaves and fusses. She was not hungry at all, but tired and just wanted cuddles.
Ooh.
That,
dude, I would be so uncomfortable.
That would make me so uncomfortable.
Me too.
You will not put your breast in my baby's mouth.
It's one thing, like sometimes I see on social media where like, you know, maybe sometimes if women are having issues like pumping or like breastfeeding, and sometimes other women are still pumping, and so they'll give them their own breast milk.
That doesn't bother me.
That's one thing.
If it comes through a breast milk center,
right,
where it's tested and
made sure that because
they're not doing drugs,
said,
or
you don't know the health of the people. You know what I mean? You're not just gonna let some random person breastfeed your kid. But ultimately, the thing about this is, no, she's not the asshole. She's the mom.
She gets to decide.
She said no.
Yeah.
Period. It's the fact that they did it anyway. That's so wild to me. And I guess, I mean, maybe in other cultures that is a normal thing. Just to let
I mean, it
the
is,
women in your family breastfeed, but
still,
that is a very bonding thing between you and your kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's so wild to me.
It's just, I can't imagine. I can't imagine putting someone else's baby on me like that.
Right.
And I'm not like sexualizing breastfeeding by any means, but like,
it's not intimate in a sexual way, but it's an intimate thing between a mother and a child. And
and to have it with another person is just strange to me.
Yeah, I would.
To each their own, but
it's not for me.
It is not for me or my child. And you just don't know what she does or what she eats. She could have had a Red Bull that day and it goes through the breast milk.
Yes.
Like,
there's so many different reasons why.
She could be an alcoholic that we don't know about.
Exactly.
You know, you never know. And then you're putting your baby at risk because she could be allergic to her milk.
Yeah, that's very true. No, definitely not the asshole. Definitely not.
It's kind of gross too.
It is gross. Okay, so we agree. Not the a-hole. Okay. Are we ready for another one?
Let's do it.
Okay. Am I the asshole for ruining a wedding, although I told the bride I shouldn't sit next to my ex? Okay. I was in a relationship from 18 to 24 years old. He was 5 years older. He wanted children and marriage in the next 2 years, but I didn't. I didn't want that at the time, so I broke up with him. I was sad about the breakup, but I knew that it was a right decision. I wanted to study without a child. I was 1 year away from finishing, travel with friends, and enjoy my 20s. After 1 year of our breakup, I had a...
What does that mean?
Oh, a one-night stand.
Oh.
I had a one-night stand with a friend who had a crush on me. Yeah, it took me a second to compute that. I had a one-night stand with a friend who had a crush on me for years, and after realizing I was pregnant, we stayed together. We moved together and in another city because of our jobs. After the birth of our daughter, we got married. I couldn't be happier with my husband. We are now together for nearly 5 years, and I was happier than ever. I didn't know if my ex knew that I was pregnant or became a mother. Since I moved away while being pregnant, I've missed a lot of birthdays of our mutual friends, and he didn't follow me on social media. Now,
like he didn't check up on her.
Yeah, right. Now is the wedding from one of our mutual friends, and I was happy about the invite. But then I got a message from another one of our friends. He told me that nobody told my ex that I became a mother and married, and that he hadn't seriously dated anybody else after our breakup. He is successful in his job and concentrates on that, but his friends are worried that he's lonely. Sorry, I had to burp. They requested that I come without my child. We had actually had this planned before, so my husband and me have enough time to reconnect, and my mother-in-law would be happy to have our daughter overnight. And don't mention my husband. I disagreed. before I asked the bride if she wanted me not to come and told her the request from our other friends. She told me that I should definitely come and she doesn't see any problem with it. When we arrived for the wedding, we realized we were seated next to my ex. I found that strange. I went quietly to the bride and told her that would possibly not be the best idea, but she brushed it off. My ex barely talked to me, but drank a lot. My husband chatted with another person from our table and mentioned our daughter after about 2 hours of sitting at the table. My ex broke loose. He made a big scene and accused me of lying to him about not wanting children. It was so embarrassing. And ultimately, my husband and I left while my ex got carried away by other guests. Since then, I got calls from my mutual friends calling me the asshole because I rubbed my luck under my ex's nose. I'm a little bit confused. The bride is unhappy and accused me of ruining the wedding since I could just not mention my daughter and that she was sad about the scene it caused. Am I the asshole?
Is she the asshole?
No.
I don't think so either.
Definitely not. She voiced her concern to the bride prior. Conveniently gets sat right next to her ex. Red flag.
Yeah.
Why did they do that?
They wanted the drama.
They wanted the drama.
And like, how is he going to be so obsessed with her that he freaks out like that?
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
And not check up on her on social media? You're telling me she doesn't post not a thing about her child?
No.
It doesn't make sense.
No, it does not make any sense.
Dude sounded like he was just... I get it. I mean, I do get it. Like, it's...
She did say that because first I was like, how are you just not going to hold... Like, you're at somebody's wedding, right? Just hold yourself back.
Yeah.
But then she said that he did drink a ton.
I mean, I get it. Like, I see it from his perspective too. Like, it kind of sucks that you're in love with somebody in a relationship and then you see them like move on with their lives.
Yeah. Well, and especially when they broke up because she was not ready for
kids
that type of...
Yeah.
She again,
and
he was
pregnant
5 years older than she was.
So he was ready.
Right. But she's young. She's like freshly in her 20s. She's not ready for that.
But then got pregnant a year later.
Right. Which, again, by that didn't seem planned. But you can still be happy. I mean, she's a person. So, but no, I don't think she's the a-hole. I think that whoever did that little seating arrangement
is the asshole.
Yeah. Big time. That's messed up.
Yeah. Why would you invite...
Could you imagine?
Sitting next to my ex at a wedding?
Yes.
Literally kill myself.
Right then and there.
Right then and there.
That would be...
I would walk in and be like, I'd see the table, I'd see that person, and I'd be like,
nope.
Yep, nope, gotta go. Like,
sorry
bride. I don't
sorry
care if we
about
were
it.
BFFs.
I'd be having some choice
so
words.
Quick, or I'd get so drunk that like I'd be so nervous. Like,
yeah, your stomach would like fall to your feet, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
that would be terrible.
Oh my god, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen my ex since we broke up, so I can't imagine. It's been like 12 years.
That's wild.
I can't, not at Walmart. I've never ever. So like, I can't imagine going to a wedding and sitting next to that person and being like,
you'd probably like vomit or something.
I would. It'd be awkward. I don't know. I'm sure I'd be fine, but it'd be fucking weird.
It'd be really uncomfortable for probably
just like it would be hours. Like for my husband's exes or something like that. Us sitting next to them, that'd be so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But you got to put on your big girl panties. And the guy needed to put on his big girl panties because he could have acted more mature. He's 5 years older than her. Like, come on, you're in your 30s.
You got to get over a little bit.
Yeah.
You can still like love people, but don't freak out because they're living their life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry that you're lonely.
Yeah, it is sad, but what can you do? Okay.
This one's kind of lame.
Do you want to swap it out real quick?
For what?
I can do a quick Reddit search. Okay. Let's see.
This one's just, we need one that they are the asshole.
Okay. Let me see if I can find one. Should we pause it here?
I can talk about something.
Okay.
What are we going to talk about? Let's talk about what's something that we've done recently.
What have we done recently?
I went to the casino yesterday.
Oh yeah, talk about your casino trip. That's a good one.
I went to the casino. We do this thing where we go straight to the bar.
Mhm.
We go to the bar. We order our drinks. James gets a Jack and Coke. My mother-in-law gets a Guinness, and I get a Red Bull vodka. Also, I thought, I'm going to note, this is weird. So it's a casino, right? You have to have an ID to get in.
Right.
I go to the bar. I get carded.
Oh my God. Well, that's a compliment.
I guess. So then she's like staring at my driver's license, kind of like seriously.
Mhm.
And I'm like, it's me. And she's like
Yeah.
staring at it. And then she looks at me and looks back at the ID, looks at me.
Ew.
And I'm like, yeah, I look different. And
Yeah.
she's like, the transition is unbelievable.
oh, how did she say it?
Just like that. That's what she said.
What do you make of that?
I have no idea. Like, what do you mean by transition? Like, I'll show you my driver's license. It's literally just me with brunette hair and my glasses on.
The transition is unbelievable.
Granted.
Okay. Continue. Continue.
I now have half blonde, half brown hair.
Okay.
And I had full face of makeup, fake eyelashes, everything.
Yeah.
So I see where she could be a little, but like to say the transition, she said, she was like, it's beautiful. The transition is beautiful.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I was like, okay, thanks. But like, I still didn't know how to take that. Transition from what?
Kind of a weird way to word it.
Yeah. Anyway, so she gives me my drinks. So then we sit down, we take a couple drinks, and I'm always like, let's go gamble.
Mm-hmm.
And James is always like, no, let's relax. Let's have a drink. Let's blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay, so we sit there. I had a couple drinks. I was like, I'm going to go pee. And then we went pee. I went pee and I came back and I took one more drink and I was like, okay, I'm going to go. Y'all can stay. I'm going to go gamble.
Yeah.
So then we all went break and we all split up. And then I got day drunk. I kept going back to the bar and getting more and more drinks. I probably had 7 Red Bull vodkas, I think.
OMG.
And I was drunk. I was walking around the building. I was up $1,000. It was fantastic. It was the best day of my life.
It was also your anniversary.
It was my anniversary. 9 years.
Congratulations. What's the secret to 9 years together?
Oh, God. There is. Know that it will always be hard. And you just gotta.
It's just a conscious decision, right?
Yeah, you have to make the decision.
Is a conscious decision.
You have to wake up every day saying, I love you. Like, knowing, like, today I'm going to love you.
Yeah.
Like, it's.
Yeah. That's a good advice, Ashley.
9
Thank
years,
you.
man.
9 years. Dude, that's a long time.
That is a very long time.
That's a really
It's
long
almost a
time.
decade. I grew up with him. I mean, he's older than me by a lot, but I went through my whole 20s with him.
Yeah.
I'm almost 30, and we met when I was 18.
Isn't that kind of nice though? Like that your transition has just been beautiful. Like
Yeah.
kind of,
He says he raised me,
oh.
and that's why I'm the way I am. Is because he raised me.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
such a weirdo. But
I think I found a good one.
okay,
And this one has already gotten a vote.
as asshole.
Like, yes.
Oh, okay, good.
Because
good,
on
good.
Reddit, once you get so many, they're called up votes or down votes, it kind of determines, okay, either asshole or not the asshole. This is the title. Would I be the asshole for evicting my roommate because she wouldn't pay my vet bills?
I saw this one, but I did not. I didn't read it. My headphone. No.
Yeah, mine did. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay.
I haven't read any of this yet. I just read the title and saw that it was already voted. And so I was like, okay, I think this might be the one. So here we go. I, 33 female, live with my friend Rose, who's 30. It's my home, but Rose pays me rent, $250 a month. Way to
Not
go,
bad.
Rose.
Not bad.
Yeah. Rose had multiple plants and had them up on our back porch. My cat goes out to the back porch as it had screened in and consumed some of the flowers and got very sick. Turns out one of the plants were lilies, which are toxic to cats. I took her to the vet immediately and they told me if I hadn't, she would probably have died. I kindly asked Rose if she would pay me for my cat's vet bills since her flowers cost this, in which she became super offended and refused, saying it wasn't her fault because she didn't know and that it was an accident. I agree that it was an accident and that there wasn't any hard feelings, but this was still an accident caused by her. And that even if we could, and that we could even split the bill. She again refused and said she wouldn't pay a dime. It was an accident and my cat. I basically told her if she didn't at least split the bill with me, she would have to find somewhere else to live. This caused a huge argument, and she said that it's completely unfair because she has nowhere to go and that it was an accident. I don't think it's unreasonable. I even agreed to split it. Would I be the asshole? This one's like conflicting. I read the title and I was like, bruh, really?
Yeah.
But then when I read it, I was kind of like,
I don't know.
Let me process this one for a second.
I think she is the asshole a little bit because it was an accident.
Yeah. But you also know that she's got plants.
Yeah.
Out there. So, like, you could have done the research too.
Yeah. I think, so, like, for example, if, like, if, say, your kid came over to my house and, like, was throwing stuff around the house, whatever, and busted my TV.
Yeah. I
would not make you pay for it because it was an accident.
I think I would offer.
Yeah.
Maybe the roommate should have at least offered. Well,
no.
I don't know. Some people
Vet bills can be expensive.
Vet bills are expensive.
So I'm trying to think if it was my cat. I don't know. I don't know. I think he is she is kind of the asshole for insisting that she pay. It'd be one thing if she offered and she was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But to be like, you're moving out unless you pay me. It's Lily's, for God's sake. It'd be one thing if it was like a known plant.
Right. Well, and like that, and you let your cat, I mean, it's her house. You know, Rose just lives there and pays rent. But also, like, you both knew that there were plants out there. You should have probably done the research on what is okay for cats to be around.
Yeah.
Because you let the cat roam around. I don't know. I mean, it's your cat. Ultimately, it's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Right?
I think she's the asshole.
Okay. I don't know that I'd be like, you're an asshole for that. But yeah. I think it was kind of an a-hole tendency. Yeah. That one wasn't as juicy as I thought it was going to be. Maybe we have time for one more short one.
I'm trying to think if I've ever been in a situation where I'm the asshole.
Ooh.
Am I the asshole?
That's spicy.
Okay, I got a good one.
Oh, tell it. Okay.
It's not good, but I'd like to know if I'm the asshole.
Are we going to ask for comments?
I don't care.
We open it up to the floor?
Okay, so I'm about to like dish some of my marriage drama, but...
Oh my gosh.
So with my husband's job...
Okay.
It's a requirement to work 24/7.
Right.
Am I the asshole for being mad about that? Like, because I don't get to have any type of real life outside of his job. So my job, so I've learned this with a lot of police wives is that you become,
it kind of becomes your lifestyle too.
It is your lifestyle too, which there's memes about that. But like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, I wear the badge too. You know,
that's the thing with like military wives too.
Yes.
My husband's rank.
Yeah, like. No. But it does become consuming. So like, for instance, like there's tornadoes.
Yeah.
He's not home. He has to go out and deal with that.
Right.
If there's like right now he's dealing with some stuff and we constantly right now, you probably can hear his phone ringing in the mics. Because it's rang like 4 times since we've been in here.
Yeah.
And like, so I can't do certain things because of his job. Because like, if say tomorrow they say you're going to night shift, he's going to night shift. There's no questions about it. And I'm sure you understand too, because the military, they kind of tell you what you can't. They pretty much tell you how to breathe.
I think that it's extremely similar because it's kind of like you've contracted your life away.
Yes. And
right?
it makes me feel like, am I the asshole for being mad at him about it? Because I get mad at him. I know it's not his fault at the end of the day. I know at the end of the day, it's not his fault. I love him dearly. It's not like he did choose this life, but it's not like he purposely does that.
Is making it that way. Yeah, absolutely.
So
I think that you're not the asshole because I think that it's perfectly normal to be a little bit salty. It's your husband.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
we don't get to spend time. I mean, it's better now that like he's been in the career for how long,
Yeah.
but like,
It's still something that like you don't really ever get totally used to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because we spent the most, like the first like 8 years of our marriage, no, about 7 years, he was on the night shift. So I pretty much raised Giacomo
Yeah.
myself.
That's hard, dude.
And I feel bad for even complaining because there's women out there that their husbands have been deployed for like 2 years, you know? So I
Yeah.
get it. But like, it just sucks that it's always like, for instance, like I work on Friday nights at the skating rink. So like, used to Giacomo wasn't old enough to go with me.
Mm-hmm.
So then it would be really stressful for when he would get called out to work and I wouldn't have anyone to keep Giacomo. So
Right.
then I'd be like, I'd have to call into my other job.
Figure out what to do.
Yeah. And it's so frustrating. And I can't do certain things in life because of his job. And I think it makes me feel like an asshole because at the end of the day, I get mad at him, even though it's not his fault. I know I'm rational. I know it's not, but
Yeah.
I still feel like an asshole at the end of the day.
I think that we all have that. It's like you just have guilt
Yeah.
for like having the feelings that you have.
Yeah.
Your feelings aren't wrong.
And I knew it when I married him. I knew
Yeah.
that I was going to have to deal with this.
It's just hard. It's a hard
Cop's
lifestyle
wife.
to have.
Hashtag.
Cop wife.
Yeah. Hashtag LEO wife.
What?
Hashtag LEO law enforcement officer.
Oh.
Hashtag deputy wife.
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding.
Call me by my husband's rank.
Oh my God. Those TikToks are so funny though.
Jeez. Zach says that's very real.
It is.
Like
I'm sure it is.
extremely real. That's why he's like, well, one of the reasons why he's like not a fan of living on base, which we don't, but it's, he's like, it's
You'll never catch me
definitely a
dead
thing.
being like, my husband's this and this and this.
your husband isn't you, girl. Like,
no. You should respect me.
yeah. Ugh.
No.
Cringy.
Nay.
That's extremely cringy.
I don't know. Being a cop wife is just like, oh,
It's hard.
I don't recommend it. There's someone I know in life
Yeah.
that she's dating a cop, and when she told me that, I was like, run.
Oh my gosh.
Run. The life of being married to a cop. No, it's not that bad. But it's very like, it's scary. It's terrifying.
I can imagine, dude.
Like it is, like, especially during tornadoes.
Well, not
They're out and about, and I'm over here like trying
sleeping
not
in
to
the
like
hallway.
shit myself. I'm like so scared.
Well, I was thinking more like because of the day and age that we live
Oh
in.
yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Like one time we were in the river market,
mhm.
and we had police plates on our car,
Yeah.
and there was like a motorcycle gang behind us, and we had Giacomo in the backseat. He was a baby, and all of a sudden you hear him. Looks like there's a pig in front of us.
Oh my gosh.
They started making pig noises and stuff. And I'm like, I'm scared to death because we're surrounded.
a baby in the
it's like a
backseat.
police. It's not a police. It's a like biker rally
Like a
or
biker
whatever
gang.
downtown. It was like
Oh
when
my
all the bikers
gosh.
came out, and so you're surrounded by like 100 bikers, and you're stuck in traffic, and they're commenting about him being police.
Do bikers hate cops? Is that like a
Some do, yes.
really? Okay.
It's pretty known. Like the certain ones are very
Jeez.
anti-police. Not all of them, obviously. Like you got the church ones around here.
There's
That
some
are,
of them, yeah. That is scary.
yeah, little stuff like that. So we ended up taking the police plates off our car,
Yeah.
so it doesn't get keyed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? Well, especially when you, I mean, at that time had a baby.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
scared. Like
I don't blame you. I would have been.
I was scared.
I would have been.
But it also has its perks. Like it's nice because like it's just it has its perks too.
Yeah.
Because like I married a man that I've talked to this about somebody else the other day where he's manly. Like he's not.
We feel safe.
I feel safe,
Right.
yeah, and guarded. And like if someone were to break in, I just know it's something about knowing that your partner would take a bullet for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not everybody feels that way about their partner. They might
Yeah.
think it, but like he, at the end of the day, would jump in front of a bullet for me
Yeah.
and save me. And that just, it's crazy to me because I don't know if I could do it. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I could not be a cop.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier. I think that I couldn't have a job where the job doesn't stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, I want to be able to go home at the end of the day and like
Shut down.
have the end of the day. Like,
Yeah, no.
that's not a thing.
It is not a thing.
I couldn't do it.
Mm-mm.
Props to them. Thanks to all the police out there for real, because I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I definitely couldn't either. I've always, when I grew up, I wanted to be a cop.
Really?
Yeah. But there's no way. I'm too
That's
much
so
of a
shocking
pansy.
to me. I've
too
never
much a
wanted to
pansy.
be a cop.
Well, my dad was a cop too.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, and I've always loved like special victims and like the show.
Do you like the show Cops?
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm
That's
very
one of Zach and I's guilty pleasure shows is Cops or
Live PD.
Live PD.
Yeah. We
When
like
we-
all those shows.
When we had COVID, we watched that every single day.
I wanted to be a detective more than anything. I wanted to skip the cop part and just
Oh,
go
yeah.
straight to detective, which is not a thing. You can't just do that.
You
but
wanted to be like a Olivia Benson.
yeah. But I'm too much of a pansy. Like adrenaline, if I get an ounce of adrenaline, I pass out.
What?
I'm telling you, like that's why I don't do roller coasters. I don't like heights.
Yeah.
If I get any altercation, I start.
you could be like
I
do the
blacked
detective part of it. It's just when it came down to like tracking the guy down.
No, yeah.
Is when you had to be like, oh, I'm gonna sit this one out, team. I'm gonna let y'all handle this one.
Watches the SWAT go in
Yeah.
and me just like chilling in the car. My
Watching their,
guns.
like body cams, like, good job.
I got my guns.
Oh my god. Well, I liked this episode.
Yeah, it's very timid. Is that the right word?
Timid?
Timid?
No,
is-
timid's like a shy kid.
Oh, okay. So not timid. It's very like chill. That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Very relaxed.
Very
I wonder what we should talk about
conversational. If you guys have any requests on episode 7,
next.
6, on episode 6, please drop them in the comments below.
Yeah,
Depending on what platform you're listening on.
agreed.
This was a fun one, you guys.
No, we should do the mukbang next. Are we gonna like talk in the mics while we eat?
I think we'll have to use the clip on the mini mics,
Yeah,
right? Because otherwise we have to be like eating around the mic.
yeah,
And you'll have to like back away from it like that.
yeah. So the next
Yeah.
episode will probably go to YouTube, not Spotify.
OMG.
We've got to do a mukbang. Where are we gonna eat?
Okay. What do you guys want to see us mukbang? Put it in the comments.
We can go to
Down
multiple
below.
places. We can go to Slim's. We can go to get the mac and cheese bowl.
Get a couple different things from a couple different places.
Yes, and just we have a huge table. Why the F not?
That's a lot
And
of
just not
food.
eat all day.
Just starve ourselves and then just
go ham.
binge at night. None of the food will be wasted. We promise.
Debatable.
Mm.
I don't eat leftovers.
But it's our money, so
yeah,
guess what?
we do what we want.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for listening to this and watching.
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
unless the video did not record again. Hey
Like
guys,
last time.
we were
We're
was
sorry.
supposed to last week.
We messed
but
up.
Ashley did not hit the button.
It's not it. This is a team effort.
Ashley did not hit the button.
We ended the last episode. I got up to stop the recording, and I went, "Oh, it wasn't
Oopsie.
recording."
We need to do a video of like a tour. We need to get more decor though.
Yeah,
I told James if I won one of those giant checks at the casino, it would go right here.
dude, just
Like
blacked out.
$10,000. Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. We're gonna get this place blinged up. I mean, it's already pretty blinged up. You just can't see the other side of it.
Yeah.
We do have a sexy firefighter calendar in the corner.
Yes. April's looking good. Last
All right,
month was a
guys.
little rough, but
Last month was a little rough. Look,
sorry, guys.
Not all the sexy firefighters are sexy.
Okay.